This is Althea Jackson. Welcome to Metro Matters. I will be your host for the next 30 minutes. Metro Matters is a radio program with helpful information and resources provided by Louisville Metro Government. A variety of discussion topics, tips, tools, and resources. During the last half of the show, we invite listeners to call in to discuss the topic of the day with our featured guest. Welcome to Metro Matters. Today, my guest is Janice Cates. Janice is the director of our Office of Community Initiatives, and we're going to be talking about Give a Day, all things Give a Day today. So welcome, Janice, to the show.
Thank you, Althea. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. And so you've been on the show, so you're a friend to the show. So we've talked about Give a Day for many years now. How many years has Give a Day been happening?
This is the 13th year.
Oh, wow.
Started in 2011, and it started as one day of service, grew to several days, a week, 2 weeks. Now it's a month-long celebration.
Wow. And so I probably should have prefaced that and just to say, what is Give a Day?
Give a Day is a celebration of service throughout our community. It's our way of lifting up our nonprofits and their needs and pairing volunteers with service needs. It's a wonderful coming together of the community to show that we care.
Yeah. Does it happen the same time every year?
It does. It is the
when?
full month of April.
The
full month of April.
So I guess I'll say this, why do you think it's so important for the city to pause, have people to come in, not come in, but to volunteer around the city? And we'll dig into that. What does it mean to participate in Give a Day? But, why is that so important for this community, especially now?
Well, especially now, but every day. I think what it does is it builds our social muscle. We all care. I really believe that Louisville is a city of caring individuals. But this is a way for people to learn about the work that our nonprofit community does, which is so crucial, and to participate in a very easy way. It's just so user-friendly to sign up for a project, on your time, when you're available. Find out what that nonprofit's about and make a difference. And I think what it does, it connects the people with the nonprofits, and my wish is that people will become engaged and continue to work with the nonprofits throughout the year.
Talk a little bit more about the nonprofits. Who are some of the nonprofits that participate in this Give a Day?
We have hundreds of nonprofits that participate, from very, very small ones to the large ones like Dare to Care, Brightside, and then we have very small ones like, Play Cousins, Change Today, Change Tomorrow, who are doing such great work and maybe are not as well known. And this is a way for them to get their name out there, for people to see all the good work that they do, and become engaged, because we all need to help our neighbors, right?
Janice, how did you get involved in this Give a Day?
Well, it's interesting. I come from a background of nonprofit work. So throughout my life, I've worked for a variety of nonprofits on the development side of things. And then when I came to Metro, Mayor Fisher at the time asked me, I was here actually as director of events for a while, but he knew my background and this position came available, and he asked me if I would be interested, and I was, because for me it's a culmination of everything I've always done.
And tell us a little bit about your background. What are some of the things that you did?
Well,
and some of the places you may have worked out of the country, I understand.
That is true. That is true. I actually I worked for the Center for Marine Conservation in San Francisco when I graduated from college there. I moved overseas to Hong Kong and ended up working for Friends of the Earth, which was an environmental organization, which was very interesting. Hong Kong, 6 million people, and I worked with housing projects and recycling. I mean, it just somehow got into that field there, moved back, finally back to my hometown Louisville, which I'm so happy to be here. And here I've worked for the Cabbage Patch Settlement House, St. Francis High School, Summit Academy, which is a school for kids with learning differences, and finally came to Metro Government. So kind of a kind of a windy path, but yeah.
So with the nonprofits, how does a person If I wanted to participate in Give a Day, what does that look like? How would I do that?
You know, it is so easy, Althea. You really, we've made it that we have a site that you can go to called mygiveaday.com, and there's a section where you can just go to volunteer projects. You can look at the different nonprofits that have posted projects and find something that speaks to you. You can look at the timelines, the time frames. All the information is there. You can sign up and register that way. Or you can, develop your own project. Say you already do volunteer work with your school or your church. Well, that counts. Obviously, that's a huge part of Give a Day. So just let us know if you're doing that. Or, just help your neighbor, and let us know. We want you to know, so you can self-report on this site, mygiveaday.com. But it is just very, very easy to do, and there's hundreds of volunteer opportunities on that site. Or you can call me, and I will help connect you to one too.
And a number or email address?
An email address, janice.cates@louisvilleky.gov.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. So this sounds like it would be a good thing for youth. So if you have like a youth group or a church group or even a senior citizens could get involved.
And all of those people do. We have a number of opportunities for youth. Well, JCPS and our private schools and parochial schools are very involved. So they always, put the word out to the teachers and the students, and we have huge numbers of participants that do projects cleaning up their own schools or going out and cleaning up a park or going to Dare to Care and sorting food, or there's just they Water Step, sorting shoes for Water Step. Senior citizens, we've got the RSVP group, that senior citizens that do such good work, and they always participate. Churches, our corporate partners, we have a lot of corporate partners that participate. We have some corporate sponsors, actually, GE and Brown-Forman, who sponsor a little mini grant fund that I have that I can give a little stipend to the nonprofits who participate to help them buy some of their supplies like mulch or rakes. So it's just a real community effort, and everybody from every aspect of the community is involved.
What are the numbers? What do the numbers look like in terms of participation?
We have had over 250,000 people a year either perform an act of service or compassion, which means doing something like a supply drive and collecting, clothes or resources for JCPS resource teachers. Over the last 13 years, this is the 13th year, so we're in the middle of it right now, we've had over 1.5 million service hours.
How many?
1.5 million service hours contributed to this initiative. So it's very impactful, and as you know, that equals, that is, not only is it helping, those are jobs that are things that people are doing that they're not getting paid for, but if they were getting paid for it, or if the nonprofits were paying someone to do this work, it'd be a lot of resources. So.
Absolutely. And so, if I wanted to organize a group, how would I would go on to mygiveaday.com.
Right.
There is a web page there that tells me I would then register my group.
That is correct.
And then what?
Well, there's two. So if you are a nonprofit, I just want to make sure nonprofits know that they can still register their projects.
So if somebody's, so if there's a nonprofit that has a project that they need help with.
Exactly.
They go on to the website.
They go to mygiveaday.com, and there's a special section for them. If you are a volunteer or have a volunteer group, same thing. You go onto that site and you will be able to see all of the projects, to sign up for those projects. If you are putting together your own project, you can still self-report it on that site. So there's 3 areas that you can do that with.
Okay. And so let's say I have my own project.
Yes, of course, I'm sure you do.
Okay, so I have my own project. Yeah. Do I just list the name of the group, or do I list everyone that's participating?
Really, you just have to list the name of the group. And then what will happen is you will get somebody from Metro United Way, which is our partner, or me, will contact you and find out more information, because I always want to find out what you're doing, who you are, why you're doing it, and say thank you. So I can find out those particulars as well. And if you, like, again, if you are signing up for a project that's on the site, they will ask for your names, but there'll be a site coordinator or a project coordinator with that nonprofit that will work with you.
And then the hours. How do you list your hours? Do you list, like, if I have 10 people,
right,
and each person work 2 hours, whatever,
right?
So you
if you're self-reporting, you would just put the number of hours that your group. Actually, you would put the. Actually, I'm thinking how it works. You put the number of people, number of hours per people, and then it totals it up.
There you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of groups, I mean, they may have 10 people that each contribute 2 hours apiece. That's 20 hours of good work. 3 hours, I mean, that's huge. So we are grateful for any amount of time and any amount of effort that people are willing to contribute to this.
This is a great project. It seems like anybody can, get involved. It doesn't matter how many hours or maximum or minimum amount of hours. It really
doesn't. Anything that anybody does makes a difference. Whether it's 10 minutes helping your neighbor carry their groceries, or it's hours sorting food, or collecting diapers for mothers in need. You can truly make a difference and be proud that you've done that and that you've helped your community.
Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll finish talking about Give a Day and how folks can get involved, and we'll finish talking about that.
This year's Mayor's Give a Day celebration is happening during the entire month of April. Now more than ever, acts of service and volunteerism are needed across our community. Whether you give an hour or a day, a traditional volunteer opportunity or virtual, everyone can be a part of this month and make a difference in our community. Whether you're looking for a project or if you have a project that needs volunteers, visit mygiveaday.com.
Welcome back. This is Metro Matters. I'm Althea Jackson, your host, and today my guest is Janice Cates. And Janice is the director with the Office of Community Initiatives. And so we're talking about Give a Day.
Yes.
And so Janice, for those that are just coming online and listening.
Yes.
Let's recap about what is Give a Day.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for this opportunity, Althea. Give a Day is a wonderful month-long celebration of service in our community. It is a way for everyone to find a way that they can give back to our wonderful nonprofit agencies in a very easy way by going to our site, mygiveaday.com, and finding a project that appeals to you, and again, user-friendly, and deciding how much time or energy you want to put into it. But I think my key messages about this day is that everyone can be involved, everyone can make a difference. Whether you give an hour or more, you will be making a difference for your community, and you will be bringing your community together. And it's real easy, and you just go to mygiveaday.com and select a project to volunteer for, or put down the project that you're going to design and let us know about it.
So what happens if during the month of April,
yes,
I do a good deed?
Yes.
And it takes hours, but I did not register it on the My Give a Day. How does that work? Could I still count that?
Absolutely.
Or how would I handle that?
Althea, we want to hear from you. We would want to hear about that because, again, that project, that service that you did makes a difference, and it inspires other people to be involved and to give. So please go to mygiveaday.com again. It's all there on that site, and you can self-register your project. And you can tell us, what you did, how long, how many hours you contributed, and talk about the impact. We love pictures, so send us pictures as well, because we love to post those throughout the year. So, yeah.
How long will that web page be up? So what if I, I do something the end of April and I don't remember
Right,
to
right,
do it
right.
before the end of April, will
Right.
it still be up in May?
It will. It actually is up year round because it is on the Metro United Way site, their Volunteer Connection site. So there is a page there year round for My Give a Day. Now we won't have projects on there per se, but you can certainly tell us what you're doing on that site still.
Talk about, you just mentioned Metro United Way. What's their role in all of this?
Metro United Way is a key partner. Thank you for, I'm so glad you said that because we could not do this without Metro United Way. They are a key partner. They do all of the back office stuff that helps us get this done. For instance, they've got the volunteer portal. So they help set that up and work with the nonprofits to post their projects. They're also able to maybe, if anyone needs it, combine or introduce volunteers to projects. And then they also give me a report at the end of it. So I work with a number of the groups that aren't on that portal, but the majority are, and they just are invaluable in helping us get the word out, tally the results, help make connections. We're very appreciative of Metro United Way. Yes.
Is this restricted to Louisville only?
You know, it really, it is, the focus is Louisville, but it really isn't because Metro United Way is 7 counties. So if there are projects going on in other counties and it comes up on the Metro United Way site, then that is considered a Give a Day project.
So if there's someone listening that is just not necessarily in Jefferson County, they may live in Bullitt County.
Bullitt County,
Mount
Floyd
Washington,
County.
yeah.
Yes.
So they can go on?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely, yes. They certainly can. And we do have nonprofit agencies that are from other counties on the site. They're not a lot because I think we haven't gotten the word out, but actually that's a really good point. We want to grow this event, and we really would love to grow this event to be a year-long thing. And the way we can do that is by building it, growing it, and adding more partners. So that's a great question. Yeah.
So I know that you have to, you kind of lead this initiative. Yes. And so that means you're out and about.
I am.
In different projects. Talk a little bit about some of the projects that you've seen firsthand.
Okay. Well, actually, this past Saturday, I met with a group called the Food Literacy Project. They have a communal garden across from Iroquois Golf Course that's right there in that neighborhood. They do such amazing work with youth. They teach them about the soil, they teach them about plants, how to grow plants, and their wish is to eventually have their own facilities where they can have like classrooms. Like right now, they have this piece of land, but they don't own it. But their wish is to have a piece of land that is, that is growable, and then build a facility on it and have cooking classes. And it's a great mentoring program. I also met recently with Boys and Girls Club, and they do amazing work with the community. They offer after-school programs and weekend programs for youth. Big Brothers Big Sisters, who are always looking for bigs, they're always looking for mentors. They have so many youth that they've helped by one-on-one mentoring. They have 5,000 families waiting for mentors for their children. So I'll get the word out about that. Volunteers of America doing some great stuff with our unhoused people and folks who have substance abuse issues. And Brightside, which does this community-wide cleanup, which will be starting on Saturday, and they bring in over 13,000 volunteers to help clean up Louisville as we get ready for spring. So those are just a few. I could go on and on.
What about, what's the name of, Youth Build? Do they participate
Oh
in
my
this?
gosh, yes. Youth Build is a fabulous organization that works with young folks and helps them with training and how they can become, in technical skills and building skills. Yes, they have a campus on Preston Highway. They do amazing stuff, and actually they have a project this year. They have projects throughout the year, but it's doing something on their campus, I think beautifying the campus, doing some cleanup. One I would love to tell you about that's coming up that is new this year, Salvation Army and Church of Latter-day Saints is going to be bringing in a semi-truck full of non-perishable food, and distributing it to 7 food pantries in Louisville. And that's happening. I'm trying to think of the date. I want to say the 24th, but anyway, that is happening in the next 2 weeks, which is very exciting. We've built houses. We built a house for a family in Eastern Kentucky that lost their home.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we've done some pretty big projects, as well as this, you know.
Obviously,
it
if
all
you're building
matters.
houses.
I know, and that was Builders Supply Group that did that. So there are just some really cool projects out there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So this is really, this initiative that's going on 7 years? Is that what you said? 13 years.
13 years.
13 years. Wow.
Yeah.
What an impact that it has made on this community.
It really has. And you know, what's really wonderful is people start calling me about this probably October, November. You're already saying, well, I've got my project planned, or I know what I'm going to do, or I'm thinking about this. What do you think? So it's kind of, it's in the community now, and that's so
Is there a
fun.
particular segment of the community, like maybe the faith-based or the restaurateurs or something that you would like to have more participation from?
Of course. Well, I love our faith-based partners, and we have many, but I really do believe that they're the lifeblood of the community, and I would love for more faith groups to become involved. I think part of it with faith groups, they already do work all the time, so they, you know, I'm not hearing from them. It doesn't mean that they're not doing something or doing but I'd love to hear from them. That would be awesome to add them to the you know, just the inspiring work that's being done, because I like to collect this and let people know, hey, this was done. This is what we accomplished.
Have any other initiatives spun off of Give a Day out of your office?
I know of one particular nonprofit that was formed because the founder was inspired by Give a Day.
Oh.
The nonprofit's name is Choose Well. It's a nonprofit that works with young adults who have children under the age of 5 who are struggling with sobrance. Is that the right? And so they offer this comprehensive program to help these families, their children, and it's very successful. And the woman who started it, I don't think she would mind. Her name's Stephanie Barnett. She's an amazing woman. And she tells me all the time that is what inspired her to start this nonprofit. So I think there have been instances like that too.
Wow.
Saw the need and said, I'm going to do something about it.
Wow.
And that's very inspiring.
That's awesome.
I know.
That is awesome. Well, have we left off anything? Is there anything else you would like to cover?
No, I just want to say thank you for helping me get the word out about this and to encourage people to participate. And if they have any questions, they can write me or email me at janice.cates@louisvilleky.gov. I would love to hear from them.
Or go to
mygiveaday.com. Yes.
And is there anyone at Metro United Way that could answer questions? Is there a point person there?
There is, but I think they prefer to maybe come through me
Come through
at
Metro.
the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little that way. It doesn't, there's one point person. So there's a huge group at Metro United Way that help and work on this. But yeah, I think probably come through me first, and then I will connect you. Believe me, I call on them and connect them to folks all the time, and they do the same for me.
And are you an office of one?
I am. I am an office of one, yes.
So you are really, really busy because this community initiatives, community initiatives office. You do other things besides Give a Day, right?
I do. I work with our faith and interfaith community. I also, this is kind of a new office actually. Since Mayor Greenberg came in. He's expanded my role, so I'm now kind of the liaison between the nonprofit community and him. And my goal is to find out what everyone's doing and be able to be a liaison and a connector for their needs. And so it's very exciting. So that's a year-round. That's year-round for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're busy.
I am. I'm lucky. I love what I do. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
You're so welcome.
You know, every year, April,
I know.
we know that you're going to be a guest.
And I appreciate it too.
To talk to us about this amazing program, because it really is impacting the lives of nonprofits.
It really is.
Because, you know, nonprofits always need the help.
Always.
And so
Always.
To our listeners, you know, if you have the time, please go on to mygiveaday.org. .com. I'm sorry. mygiveaday.com.
Yep.
And figure out which nonprofit you would like, even if it's just an hour.
Yeah.
They can use the help. It will definitely make an impact on this community.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Althea.
Thank you for watching Metro Matters. Tune in the future. We have wonderful shows that highlight initiatives and programs for Metro government. So thank you all for watching today.
This year's Mayor's Give a Day celebration is happening during the entire month of April. Now more than ever, acts of service and volunteerism are needed across our community. Whether you give an hour or a day, a traditional volunteer opportunity or virtual, everyone can be a part of this month and make a difference in our community. Whether you're looking for a project or if you have a project that needs volunteers, visit mygiveaday.com.